Welcome back to OATS Uncut, Orator Academy Talks Uncut, where we like to keep our conversations real, relevant, and relatable. And we love to hear from the younger generation because we want to keep up with the times, and we also are curious as to where their mindset is and what are they thinking about and what matters to them. Everything, the good, the bad, perhaps the ugly too. So, to give me company and to probably engage in another very interesting conversation, I have Dhrish Vishwanath with me. Dhrish, welcome to OATS Uncut.
Thank you for having me here, Miss Vineeta.
My pleasure, Dhrish. So, Dhrish, you are a rising sophomore in high school, right? You're going to 10th grade.
Yep.
So, how was the first year of high school, by the way?
I think high school has been great. You get a lot of freedom to pick your courses and stuff. But on the other hand, though, it does leave something to be desired. For example, you get to choose electives. So electives are courses that are just courses apart from your normal classes, like a language, English, science, all that.
Right.
So an elective could be something like AP Computer Science or maybe Audio Engineering.
Some new exciting courses.
Yes. So
what was the most exciting elective that you took in high school? So in 9th grade?
I think one elective that I took was really interesting. It's called Audio Engineering and Music Production.
Ooh.
It's a super cool class.
So do you think you could help me with my podcast and now that you know some audio engineering?
Maybe.
How come you've not offered me yet? I'm so nice to all of you. Come on. I didn't even realize I've been coaching you and I've been working with you for over a year now. You didn't tell me you were doing audio engineering in school. Well, I'll test you out. No problem.
Could try that.
No,
yeah.
you're on record now, so now I have it recorded statement that you're doing it and you're going to help me. Anyhow, so you did audio engineering. Anything else? Any other elective that you took that was fun?
So you can only pick 2 electives when you in high school, and the other one I picked it wasn't as fun. It's called Data Science Principles. It was more of a rigorous class compared to audio engineering, where you get a lot of freedom to do these really fun projects and stuff.
So, okay, all right. What do you want to do in college and in life as a job? Which direction are you headed?
So in college, I would love to I want to do something related to math and computer science, because I feel like those are 2 of my strongest skills.
Math and computer science. Okay, very interesting. So, what colleges are you looking at for that?
So I'm looking at colleges like MIT, Princeton, and UC Berkeley. And recently, in fact, I actually visited Cornell just yesterday, in fact, on a tour. And that college was also super interesting. It sort of told me how life is like in college, and I find it a lot more interesting and fun.
Is this the first college that you visited?
Yep, I'm a rising
choice.
sophomore, so I have a lot of time to So this is just our first college. We're starting with some colleges, and we're planning to maybe visit colleges like MIT later on.
So all engineering based colleges.
Yes.
So is Cornell on the top of your list?
Cornell, before this visit, Cornell was kind of under the radar in the colleges I was considering. But after this visit, I think it's a pretty good college and a potential opportunity for me to go to.
That's amazing. Okay, and you like the campus? I mean, it's a beautiful campus, no doubt. But
the campus is amazing.
It's amazing. It is stunning.
So big. There's so many things you can do. I heard at some points, for example, they have a concert every year before finals or something, and there they bring out these huge artists like Kendrick Lamar and Drake to perform.
Are you fans of those two?
I mean, sort of, not really, but I just brought them up because they're pretty popular, of course.
Awesome. So All right. What else seems to be fun about college life that you don't have right now?
Let's say you don't really like history or something. In college, though, you have a lot of more freedom to take the classes to take classes that you really like, and maybe sort of push back on the areas that you don't really want any association
So
with.
you can narrow down your interest and
Yes.
just stick to
Yeah.
those particular classes or anything else that may interest you.
Oh, another thing that seems really fun is, for example, is just the prospect of having is sort of moving out of your parents' house. It's like you get a lot more freedom, and you get these roommates and stuff. So you
But if you get a roommate that you don't get along with, your life can be hell.
yes. So in that case, I would probably you just have to be.
But then that's also a time that you'll realize how comfortable the parents' house was.
I hadn't thought about that.
And how easy it was to have people at your beck and call. Food is served, everything is taken care of. You don't have to worry about your laundry perhaps but in college you'll have to make sure that you're sleeping on clean sheets. You'll have to make sure that you wash your sheets regularly, and the towels, and your room is clean. There's nobody taking care of those things, so it'll make a man out of you, I think.
Yeah. So, but the thing is though, although you have a lot more responsibility, though you get a lot more freedom to do all the things that you want. For example, a couple of months ago, I moved into a new house, and in that new house, I got a bathroom by the side of my room. So that bathroom, it's a major convenience for me to have, of course, but I have to also take care of it. I have to clean the bathroom, I have to replace the soap, replace the toilet paper, and everything.
So
So
you're
it's
already
sort of,
getting a hang of
yep,
it.
it's sort of like a preview of what independent life is going to be.
But the thing is, now in college you'll be sharing the bathroom with other people. So if your bathroom is en suite in your next to your room, like you said, there will be you and your roommate, or perhaps, for example, when my daughter went to NYU, she had the suite which had a small living room, 2 bedrooms in the college dorm, 2 very small bedrooms with 2 people each, and they had a bathroom in their suite. But then out of the 4 people, who's going to keep it clean? If you are the one who's keeping it clean because that's how you're used to now, but the other 3, or maybe perhaps one of them, is just very, very filthy, then
Oh,
it's a challenge. How do you tell the person that, hey, you are really messing it up for me? But I'm just saying that things like that will happen, and so things are easy. But I do agree that all those are very small challenges that make you a bigger person in many ways. I did not leave home when I went to college. I went from home every day because that was the culture. Also, if the university is close by, we had buses called U specials, university specials, which were only for college people from different cities. It was just brilliant. So when you had a special, very cheap, subsidized bus pass that you used to travel in that bus. And when you got on the U special, it was all university people from different universities, because all the universities were clustered in that one area. So the bus went to that area, and then it kept making stops. This is this college, this is that college, and then, so different people from different universities all in that one bus. It was really, really fun. So, but when I did move out eventually, when I took on a job in another city and it was 2.5 hours by flight, then it was a struggle initially. It was very hard, very, very hard. And I kept thinking to myself, why am I doing this to myself? But I feel that the kind of person that I am today, a lot is because of that challenge that I put myself through, and I came out clean and fine, and actually much smarter, and I feel I can do anything. So it does make an adult, a grown up out of you. So on that note, and then you are also responsible for your grades, because parents are not watching you every day and saying, hey, do you have a test coming up? Did you study? I didn't see you studying, because they're not
yeah.
watching you anymore. So if you're looking for that kind of freedom and no parents watching and breathing down the neck and saying, hey, but don't you have tests coming up? Then yes. But I think there are pros and cons.
That's a very interesting point. I feel like a lot of high schoolers kind of don't really think about that. They just think about how, oh, you can choose your classes, you can go around, you can eat whatever food you want, and just I think that part, that responsibility about the responsibility that comes with it is kind of underappreciated in that sense.
Yeah, and then there's an expression called the freshman 5 or the freshman 15. I forget what it is. Whether it's 5, I think freshman 15. You know what that means? That's the weight gain in the first year. Because talking about freedom and nobody's stopping you from eating crap, so to say. I'm sorry for being harsh, but all kinds of snacky food and all. You have the freedom. Nobody's watching over you and saying, hey, why don't you have a fruit instead? So typically when students start college, freshman year, they put on a lot of weight. That's called the freshman 5 or freshman 15. I forget the number. But yeah, so a lot. So again, you put on the weight and then you realize that, oh, I haven't been eating healthy. I need to have a better lifestyle, better routine. And then you come around, you make the mistake and you correct the mistake and you learn from your own mistake. So it's actually a very good process to go through. Would you like to be in a college which is like Ithaca, which is 4 hours drive for the parents and for you to get home? Or would you like to be in another state? Well, this is also another state, but where you have to take a flight. How far do you think would be really great to become independent?
Honestly, I haven't really thought of that. I mean, I would say right now, I would probably say that I would want to be in California or something super far away from my parents. But I have a feeling that after my first year or so that might change, because during high school you just feel like you want to just get out, just leave. You just want to just leave this cycle. So a lot of people sometimes go as far away as they can from their hometown.
Well, given your interest in technology and all, I think California is the place for you too. So yes, I do agree on that point. More on that point and less on being so far. I mean, from the shores of the Atlantic to the shores of the Pacific. I mean, that is really far. Yeah. But again, you know what? Wherever it works out, wherever is destined for you to be, because I also believe that you get into a particular college for a reason. So I used to make these boundaries and tell my daughter that, hey, you will only go into a college which is 4 hours driving for me at the max. So from DC to Boston, that's about it. Or even Ithaca would have been fine. But it was so she got into NYU and it was such a joke on me because one whole year she was in London, NYU London, whole year across the Atlantic on the other side of the pond, so to say. And then the next year, the junior year, fall semester, she was in China. That's the furthest she could be. So here, talk about being 4 hours away by car. So that was a rude awakening for me, that I can't really put boundaries and limits like that. I have to, as a parent, and let the child go where the child needs to be. And in terms of their profession and in terms of their life in general, and let them grow.
How did you feel about college at the start, Ms. Vineeta?
So, honestly telling you, since my daughter went to NYU, she went to Stern School of Business, and I was very happy that she was in New York and I could just drive in 1 hour, I would be there. So I would find excuses to say, oh, we are going to be in New York. Do you have time? You want to meet for coffee? Do you want to meet for dinner? Make excuses and show up so I could see her. And then for me, the awakening happened when she was home one weekend. And as we were driving to New York to drop her, the moment we made a turn on the avenue that her dorm was, she smiled and she says, oh, I'm almost home.
Oh.
So the fact that she called, she was coming from home that she was living in with us, but she was going to the dorm, which I thought was nothing close to home. And she was saying, "Oh, I'm almost home." It felt like a stab in the chest. And I also realized that as I shouldn't feel hurt at that statement, I should feel happy that she's happy there, right? She's not going through a torture. She's happy in that dorm. She's happy with her roommates. She's happy with her life. That's all a parent needs after all. So yeah. And my son also was local, so he stayed in the dorm for a bit, and then he also drove for a bit. And then now he's in California. So forget about boundaries. So it's okay wherever life takes you, I think, right? And you want to be an engineer. So what are the colleges you're considering? You said Cornell, MIT, Berkeley.
Yeah. Colleges like that, maybe Princeton. Princeton is really good for mathematics, for example. Yeah, I'm considering those colleges. I'm not sure what else right now.
So you've done well in school, and you think you should be able to get into one of those.
Yes, I think I could. I think I could reach for one of those, definitely.
That's awesome.
For those.
That's awesome. I mean, you are pretty brilliant. You are pretty smart, even though you have not helped me with any audio engineering yet.
I'll try sometimes. We could talk about that.
We can talk about that. Well, if you have time over the summer, perhaps you could help me with that. I mean, I don't know what kind of audio engineering can I use, but I'm just curious since you took that elective in school. But
I mean, you'll need to buy you'll need to buy some couple $100 software, but it's fine.
It's fun. Well, so one last question for you, not related to colleges, but related to communication. You and I have been working on this for some time. How has your journey been, and how do you feel that have you benefited from when you started till now?
I think at first I was just kind of. So at first, with regard to public speaking, I was pretty insecure, just not. I was stuttering all the time.
You are not anymore.
I mean, I still do stutter and all that,
But you are really controlling amazingly.
yes, I think I am controlling it better. I think I'm able to speak fluently and.
Yes. Yes, I've seen that, and I'm very impressed. I've seen that shift in you, and I think I say that many times, but I'll say it again. It all comes from the mind too. A lot comes from the mind. The moment you calm your mind and tell yourself that, you know what, I got this, and what's the worst that can happen? I'll fail at whatever I'm trying to do. That's it. If you stuttering happens to me, I just stuttered a little bit right now. Stuttering happens to anybody, to me also, when I have 10 thoughts, 10 negative thoughts in my head at one given point of time. Right? And what happens is that those 10 negative thoughts in my mind make me lose focus of what I was going to actually do or actually say. And then the stutter creeps in. So the moment you calm your brain and calm your nerves and energy, you will be fine. And you're doing amazingly well. I'm very, very impressed. And that's why I pushed you to come and talk to me in the podcast. You hesitated, you gave me hell, you gave me grief, you delayed it by months, but you're here. Thank you. Did you enjoy this conversation?
It was a bit awkward. I mean, I think I did have fun.
Yay! I enjoyed the conversation, and selfishly, whether you did or not. And I think it's brilliant. The whole discussion about colleges, a lot of people will benefit from this. So it was a good conversation. Thank you for joining in today, and for taking a chance on me and on OATS Uncut. And hope you'll come back again with something even more profound to discuss, and something more relevant to your generation that somebody can benefit from.
All right. Thank you for having me here, Ms. Vineeta.
My pleasure, Dhrish. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Always lighthearted, always real, because life is like that. We love our perfect imperfections. Thank you so much for joining in. We shall meet again.